The sun was setting behind the hills of a small town, where people knew each other by name and secrets rarely stayed hidden. But on that quiet stretch of highway just outside the city, no one was around except for a young woman stranded on the shoulder, pacing beside her shiny white sedan with a flat tire and a dead phone battery. Jake, a 32-year-old mechanic with grease-stained hands and a heart as big as his smile, had just closed up his rundown garage after another long, uneventful day. Business had been slow. His rent was overdue, his tools were wearing out, and the electricity in the shop flickered with every gust of wind. But as he drove home in his battered old pickup, humming along to a radio that only worked when it wanted to, something caught his eye. There she was alone, clearly frustrated, and trying to wave down passing cars. Most just sped past. Jake pulled over without hesitation. "Flat tire?" he asked, stepping out. She nodded, relieved. "And no signal. My phone's dead. I don't know what to do." "Let's get you back on the road," Jake said, rolling up his sleeves. What he didn't know was that just behind a billboard across the road was a newly installed traffic cam with a wide-angle view, and it captured everything. Jake didn't have fancy tools, just the basics he always kept in the back of his truck. He crouched, examined the tire, and got to work while the woman, Sophie, watched quietly. She offered him money, but he gently refused. "Nah, it's all right. Just be safe out here, all right?" It took him 15 minutes. He even checked the other tires and the spare. When he was done, Sophie smiled and offered to at least buy him dinner. He smiled back, declined again, and wished her well. Jake drove off into the fading daylight, never once thinking this moment would be anything more than a good deed. But Sophie wasn't just anyone. The next morning, Jake walked into his garage and was stunned to find 3 reporters, a cameraman, and half the town crowded outside. He pushed through the crowd, confused, until Sophie stepped forward. She was dressed sharply this time, holding a check and wearing a smile that radiated gratitude. "I didn't tell you this yesterday," she said, "but I'm Sophie Caldwell. My father owns Caldwell Motors, you might have heard of it." Jake blinked. Of course he had. The company was massive. She turned to the cameras. This man stopped for a stranger without expecting anything in return. His kindness reminded me, and thousands of others watching this viral video, that goodness still exists. And today, we're here to reward that. The footage had been picked up by local news. Then it hit social media. Within hours, millions had seen Jake kneeling beside Sophie's car, working with nothing but dedication. Sophie continued, "My father and I want to sponsor a full renovation of Jake's garage, provide him with new tools, and make him our official local service partner. And I still owe him dinner." The crowd erupted.